Do you remember back in 2012 when Donald Trump, pre-president Donald Trump, pre-presidential candidate Donald Trump, began harassing Barack Obama about his birth certificate? You all remember the birther movement, right? It was this gigantic movement during, Obama's presidency, saying that he was actually born in Kenya, he wasn't an American, he was a secret Muslim. There were all these crazy conspiracy theories around Obama. Now, Obama did himself no favors with that kind of stuff because he was so secretive, sealing his college transcripts and all these things. But this birther movement got really, really, really big, at least in some Republican circles. Along comes Donald Trump, not a presidential candidate, just a billionaire, just a man in the public eye, and he starts blasting away at Obama about this whole thing and saying, I believe it, and saying, we have his quote out there, an extremely credible source has called my office and told me that Barack Obama's birth certificate is a fraud, end quote. I'll tell you what, we're going to circle back to that in just a minute. Hang on. Now, Donald Trump is about to speak at the March for Life. Everybody knows what the March for Life is, or at least people who don't only rely on the mainstream media since they ignore it every year. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people descend on Washington, D.C. for the pro-life cause, which is a wonderful cause we should all be a part of. They should be applauded and praised. It should be noted every year there are no assaults, there's no crime, there's not even any trash left behind. They go just to promote life. Well, here's the thing. Republican presidential candidates and Republican presidents, once they get there, have to at least pretend to be pro-life at some point in time. However, none of them have ever gone to March for Life. None of them have ever spoken at March for Life. That's weird, right? I mean, George Bush, love him or hate him, known to be a pro-life president, did not speak at March for Life. Ronald Reagan did not speak at March for Life. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, is about to speak at March for Life. Quote, see you on Friday. Big crowd talking about the March for Life. And then March for Life sends out their tweet saying, thank you, real Donald Trump, for continuously working to build a culture of life where the beauty and dignity of every human life are valued and protected. You know what Donald Trump is excellent at, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not saying he's not pro-life. He very well probably is pro-life. He's excellent at taking the pulse of his own party and taking the pulse of his base and making sure you know there is a clear dividing line between him and the other side. So many times politicians will want to say, look, we're all kind of in this together. Look, I'm sure Obama loves the country too, just like I love the country. I love it that Donald Trump doesn't play those games. That's the bad guy. I'm the good guy. Let's rock and roll. Here's Donald Trump talking about healthcare and everything else.
What's going on now is the single greatest scam in the history of American politics. The Democrats want to take away your guns. They want to take away your health care. They want to take away your vote. They want to take away your freedom. They want to take away your judges. They want to take away everything. We can never let this happen. We're fighting to drain the swamp, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And you see why we have to do it. Because our country is at stake like never before. It's all very simple. They're trying to stop me because I'm fighting for you, and I'll never let that happen.
Does that sound like somebody who has his pulse on the base of his party? Oh, and there's another Republican issue. I've seen this time after time. I lived in Arizona for a time, and while I was there, we had Governor Jan Brewer. Now, Jan Brewer was not, if you were to grade along a scale, not some far-right Republican, conservative, crazy person like I am. She was just, a standard, average, moderate GOP Republican. However, she signed on to one pretty benign anti-illegal immigration bill, and she immediately became a fire-breathing dragon to the left and an absolute lion to everybody on the right. Why? Because there is no more underserved portion of the Republican voting bloc than those who actually care about illegal immigration. Every Republican, they'll give, tacit approval that maybe we'll get some more border security. What we need is a comprehensive plan, which is always code for either I don't want to do anything or I'm just going to pass amnesty with the idiot Democrats when I get there. If you are a Republican and you're dying to have a president be hardcore on the border to get that border secure, you have never had anybody speak to you the way Donald Trump has spoken to you, and that is a big part of his popularity.
We're going to have strong, incredible borders, and people are going to come into our country, but they're going to come into our country legally. They're going to come in legally. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built.